Oh, wait, it's X-Men.
Far from good. It's far from good.
Shut up, Andy. Shut up, Andy. I'm not doing Far From Good.
It was so not good.
Oh,
Far from good.
It was actually good.
It was really good.
Better.
Fuck you, Andy.
I think this is better than Homecoming.
Song
was
sucks.
also better.
I agree. Into the Spider-Verse was better. I agree with that statement. But this is still good.
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, and
I
you're just
came out
complaining
like
because of Tony's technology.
that's not the only complaint.
We're gonna.
The sad part
We're
is
going to have a
it's been over
fun
week
night
now,
tonight.
so I
Welcome
gotta
back
remember.
Yeah,
to the Hateful
Andy's not
Geeks.
going to remember this because
No.
he watched it over a week ago.
Oh man, he probably forgot already. But anyway, welcome back to the Hateful Geeks. I am one of your many hosts, Phil.
That's Sweeney.
I'm Andy.
And this week I'm literally about to watch two grown men beat the shit out of each other over Marvel's last installment in the Infinity Saga, Spider-Man Far From Home. So gentlemen, we're going to put on our leotards and we're going to pack up the old web shooters and we're going to enjoy a nice night of ripping this movie to shreds.
Wait, are we the Luchador Spider-Man?
There is Luchador Spider-Man.
I know.
They all Spider-Men wear leotards. That's just a rule. So everyone has a favorite
Andy, where's your
Spider-Man.
leotard?
Except for Night Monkey, apparently.
Or Spirit Spider, because he's kind of on fire.
I've never heard of Night Monkey, and I'm glad that it's now canon.
Night Monkey was fun.
Well, let's just get into the nitty-gritty of this. This is the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. Tom Holland, Marissa Tomei. The best thing to ever happen to Aunt May. Oh.
Aunt May.
And it's Peter's lovelorn adventures. It's Euro Trip with Spider-Man. It's fucking Euro Trip with Spider-Man. And he's basically the whole time just trying to like, get Zendaya to go out with him.
Well, I think the whole time he's just trying not to be a superhero. He just wants to be a kid for like once. Like all this shit is just right after Endgame. All this shit just happened to him. Tony died. Like he's traumatized.
So he chases the girl.
Yeah,
he just wants to be a normal
distraction.
kid.
90%. Chases the girl.
What did you do in high school?
This was, like you said, Euro Trip and Sex Drive with a Spider-Man costume on it.
But there was none of that prude or rude or nasty,
It was a clean version of those movies, which was kind of worse when you think about
Holy
it.
snooze fest.
I don't think it was boring. It was just him trying not to be a hero for once.
The first half of this movie is pretty slow, and that is actually a consensus. Like, I get it. I'm in the minority, and I'm completely fine with that. But people have agreed it does start pretty slow.
What are people?
And then
Who's these people?
I read on the interwebs.
Name names.
There's a thing on your phone where there's like
you're just making this
articles
up,
and
you're
you read
like
comments.
Oh, people. There's people. I have people. I've conferred with my people.
People. It is slow. Very slow.
I do have one complaint about the film, but I'm going to probably fight you the rest of this episode. The whole film, he's completely forgotten that with great power comes great responsibility. That's like the backbone of Spider-Man. That's why he is Spider-Man.
Right. And
So the whole movie, he's like, fuck that. That's Mysterio's problem. I got to get
I don't want
with her.
this. I don't want to do this right now. I'm more worried about getting MJ, who's not MJ, but apparently is MJ. Make up your fucking minds if she's MJ or not.
She is MJ.
I'm so confused.
It's not just him making the decision. Like, there's a big burden on him. He feels this big burden to like replace Iron Man now, and that's not maybe that's not comic canon at all, right? But that's just how they're doing it in this MCU. That's how they're doing it in this universe because he looked up to him. It was like his hero, and now he feels like he has to do it. And he's like, it's too much pressure. I can't do it. And then Mysterio comes along, and he's like, oh, you're great. You can do all this. I don't have to do anything. I can just help you out.
He interviewed one dude. He interviewed one guy for that job, and he just like, you got it. You're good. Your credentials, whatever you say. Another universe, cool.
It's almost like when he put the glasses on, he's like, oh, you look like Tony. Ooh.
It's almost like he's a 14-year-old kid who made a really stupid, lazy decision.
He did. Absolutely.
Let's talk about Mysterio.
Yeah.
Issue numeral 1. Mysterio was made as a Tony Stark villain. His origin, his drive for what he is doing is because Tony Stark made fun of his tech.
But he's not a Tony Stark villain.
Oh my God. You already had Obadiah. You already had Justin Hammer. You already had Whiplash, and now you have this.
You had the guy in the Iron Man 3 that we don't want to forget, too.
He can't be a Tony Stark villain if Tony Stark is dead.
No, I'm saying like his origin, what drove him to do what he did was because of Tony Stark.
He's right.
Because he had the technology to do it.
I don't care. I literally don't care. You could have kept him as a failed special effects like master in Hollywood.
But why would anybody care about that? Nobody would give a fuck about some Hollywood actor.
Hold on a second, Sweeney. You're the biggest Iron Man fan on Earth. We know this. You are Iron Man. You're the poorest Iron Man ever, but you're Iron Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what is the name of the villain from Iron Man 3? Not fake. Everyone always remembers the Ben Kingsley fake Mandarin because they're mad about that. Who's the actual villain?
Mandalorian.
Did I say Mandarin? I said Mandarin. I didn't say Mandalorian.
I did. I said Mandalorian. Boba Fett shows up out of nowhere.
That'd be a short movie. So what's that guy's? What's that villain's name?
What is his name?
He's played by Guy Pearce.
Yeah, Guy Pearce. Has the.
That's how memorable
virus.
that was.
Yeah.
Man, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've seen Iron Man 3.
Well, Iron Man 3 is not good. I'll admit it. It's bad. Like,
maybe like almost vomit in my mouth.
They ruined the Iron. Like what's it called? The
Extremists.
Well, the Extremists. The shit with all the suits show up.
Like the Iron Legion.
Iron Legion. They ruined that. They give you a fake Hulkbuster. Like
Aldrich Killian. That is also a Stark created villain.
5. We are up to 5 in one movie universe. 5 villains have the same catalyst.
The Hulk is also a Tony Stark created destructive creature.
Ultron.
Oh, 6, 7. Let's talk about the first Stark, Howard Stark. He made Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Which also makes Bucky.
So he's responsible for Winter Soldier, killing all those people.
Yeah, because the Starks are that influential. They have that much.
Bruce Banner tries to recreate the serum that Howard Stark made and ends up turning into the Hulk. That's another fucking thing that's killed a lot of people.
Well, and this is what I told Andy before is, in this universe, they haven't introduced any other competing outside of
Banner.
Hammer. What's his?
Oh, Justin Hammer.
Outside Justin Hammer, they haven't introduced any other like big technology people. They haven't had Richard Reed come in, right?
Richard Reeds.
Richard Reeds.
Reed
Whatever.
Richards.
You know
Fantastic Four.
You know what I meant.
I did. That's how I deciphered it.
They haven't even touched on Banner's his intellect at all. Whatever. So, who else is going to make technology to drive everything?
But you don't need technology-driven villains for
Mysterio is a technology-driven hero.
He is, Andy. He's right, though, Andy. That is definitely a technology-driven villain.
By his expert, where he picked it up at shouldn't drive what he's doing.
He was just trying to be a hero.
Yeah, and Spider-Man comes and spoils it, and that's why he hates Spider-Man.
Right.
But he was like also causing the things that he was. It's like going in and like starting a gunfight and then like killing everybody. Like, I did it. I saved you. It's he's causing the crimes. It's another Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he did that shit. Nightcrawler, when he was the paparazzi who started trying to make shit. Oh, you creepy Jake.
He is a very cool Spider-Man villain, and in this film, he decides to I'm going to take out Spider-Man now, almost as an afterthought, more than halfway through the movie, and it's just like, oh my god!
I don't think you can compare the. I mean, if they wanted to do a direct replica of the comic books, you're right. It would have been an extreme Spider-Man from the beginning. They kind of built up that why he turned on Spider-Man. At first, he was okay with him, and then he realized that Spider-Man knew his plan, and then he had to go back to it and kill him.
I think they had planned from minute one to fuck over Spider-Man. They were like, "Oh, he seems pretty cool, but I'm still taking those fucking glasses and owning all these."
He wanted the glasses for the technology to make his.
That seemed like his prime.
Yeah, because he had to get the technology to make his illusions better. He needed more drones, and he knew that satellite was only going to be accessed by whatever Tony said.
So let me just shave this down to brass tacks. You're basically saying that Mysterio's original motive was actually like to be a good guy. Like he was like, I'm going to be a superhero.
He wanted to be like the attention. Like he wanted to have like everybody like he wanted to show like, hey, I
He
can
wanted
do this
his
too.
tech to make it look like he was the hero.
Yeah,
Okay, but he was causing like
Exactly.
right.
So he's not obvious. If he's causing like bridges to break and towns to get flooded, that's fucking evil. So
It is. But like he wanted people to like to think that he was stopping it.
I get that, but
But he even said in the film, he was like, hey, if some people die, it's...
Right. He didn't care. He's psychotic, obviously.
yeah, he's not a good guy ever. I don't think he was
he's
ever
not.
a good guy.
No, he thinks he is
He
in his
thinks
own
he
mind.
is.
I mean, that's all psychopaths think they're the fucking
He's psychotic.
Of course.
But and one thing I really loved about this movie, outside of the plot or the story or whatever you guys have like issues with.
The movie.
No, I thought
I'm not that mad,
I thought the
Andy.
way they portrayed his illusions was amazing.
Yes, yeah, no, the way I thought Mysterio himself was amazing. I have no problem with this Mysterio. My problem is with this Mysterio. Spoiler alert, turn this episode off, please, if you have not seen the movie. But now he's fucking dead.
Yeah, he's dead. They
He's
killed
dead.
Mysterio.
They
You
killed
bring him in, and you kill
He's
him.
dead. Like, here's this really amazing villain that could be
But
like...
can't anybody pick up and be Mysterio now?
No, it has always been Quentin Beck. It's always been Quentin Beck.
Right.
Well, no, somebody else did use it while he was in prison at one point, but he gets out and just takes it right back.
Right.
Yeah, he like
All
Lady
I'm saying
Mysterio
is-
or something.
You know, we in the MCU they do this to us, right? They bring in villains and they get rid of them. Like in the same movie, Ultron, brought in, same movie out, right? I mean,
Quicksilver.
only
They
one
do
that
their own
lasted more
heroes,
than one
too.
movie was Thanos.
Loki.
Loki's not really a villain anymore.
Yeah, they tried to because everyone was like, fucking love me some Tom Hiddleston, woo woo, lovely,
Right.
woo
Like
woo
he
woo.
was like a villain for one movie, and they're like, "Oh, you're okay."
It's like, no, we got to keep him around. Nobody likes him to be evil forever. Let's reform
right.
him.
The special effects, top notch. I actually wish I had seen this in 3D.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful. I've never gone into a Marvel movie feeling like they relied heavily on special effects like they did on this.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't look so great, like the Hydro Man fight where he's like getting blown. It literally looked like they just stood him there at the end of a luge ride, and when the wave hit him, they rolled action and he falls back like, oh, god damn it.
Or like somebody just picked up a bucket and just threw it at him.
Right in his face. He's like, ah. It was the ice bucket challenge. They're like, we'll use that in the movie.
Oh,
Great.
man. That is such a
remember
weird
that
fucking
part.
thing to be mad about. The
And
water
another
splashing
thing,
didn't
I
look
get it.
realistic.
Hydro Man is not a top tier villain.
Right.
He's not even like a B.
No, nobody
C.
cares about Hydro Man.
But everything was marketed that this was Hydro Man. It was Molten Man. There was even rumors of Sandman because of the big rock and earth creature that you see. No, they just make up these. Oh yeah, by the way, there's these like elemental things. They're not Hydro Man. They're not Molten Man. Hydro Man is quickly dispatched, almost like Rhino-esque. Like he's just in the very beginning, and you rip water in half, and somehow that kills it.
Well, it wasn't real. It was an illusion.
Everyone would hope for so much more from this movie, and there are things that are there are problems with this film. But Andy, it's not that fucking bad. You're making it sound like it's better than Homecoming.
No, it's not.
Actually, scratch that. No,
Michael
think-
Keaton as
I
Michael
think
Keaton.
it's better than Homecoming. I really
No.
do.
yeah,
I really do.
I retract that statement in
Dude,
retrospect.
the scene alone of Keaton and Tom Holland in the limo when they both realize they know who each other is, that scene alone is better than all of Far From
No,
Home.
the battle with all the drones when Spider-Man on the bridge, that's a great fucking scene.
It's not as good as the Vulture fight.
I think it is.
No.
No.
not him fighting with his Spidey sense. I mean the whole bridge full of drones when he's like making webs and like slingshotting them through things. Like I thought that was an amazing scene. Not like the hallway with at the end where he has the Spidey the
Yeah, I
Peter
know what you're
tingle.
talking about, where he's literally going up and around.
Right.
And down
I think
and
that's
through.
better than the Vulture fight by far.
I think both of these movies are good for but two had some problems.
And I admit my expectations were high. I went in with higher expectations, and probably because I did just recently watch again. I think for the fourth time I watched Into the Spider-Verse. So when I saw the
So
trailer and Mysterio, and even in the film, he's like, "I'm from Earth 838. You're from 616." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like full on multiverse. Nope. no multiverse.
You don't know that. They could still have the multiverse.
Yeah, they could, but
Yeah.
you couldn't. Like, this was the perfect way to introduce
No,
it
like
here.
that could have been real. Like they could have known about that stuff, and he was playing off of what they
No,
already
but
know.
it's not real. They showed he's been on this Earth the whole time
Right.
because
No, I'm not
Stark
saying,
make fun
I'm
of
not
his
saying,
barf
I'm not
technology.
saying he's from another world. I'm saying the information that he's saying could still be true.
Sweeney's implying there's still a multiverse,
Yes.
regardless of whether or
and
not
I have
this guy
no doubt
lied.
that they will eventually utilize the multiverse. You teased it here. I had so expectations in this movie for it to happen.
I don't think they're going to introduce a multiverse in a Spider-Man movie.
That'd be the perfect place to do it.
No, Doctor Strange would be the perfect place to do it.
Doctor Strange has already pretty much hinted at it in the first Doctor
Right,
Strange.
exactly.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
that's-
Everyone keeps hinting at it. Here it was.
Right.
Deliver
Like,
it.
Doctor Strange would be able
14
to
million.
actually travel between dimensions. Spider-Man, not so much. That's all I'm saying.
14,401. What was the number
Yeah.
of futures he saw?
14,599.
Those are different timelines that he was, not different multiverses.
Different timelines are different multiverses.
Yeah,
that's the point. That's
like
what time travel
it
is.
splits.
It's all these different possibilities. That's fucking multiverse theory.
No, the multiverse is there are multiple Earths. This
Yes,
one
Andy.
is,
And for every different, like.
every different timeline was still on 616.
It might not be, though.
No, each one of those becomes a different number. That's the point. Every single one of those is a different universe number.
Multiverse is like the infinite number of, like there's like
We'll
infinite number of
research
you.
this.
I don't need to research this. I'm correct.
That's what it is. But,
Every
like,
single difference of choice, every time you flip a coin, if it's the
It
opposite,
splits.
it's different. It splits. It starts like veining out into infinite
do
possibilities.
you remember how they did that in the end game? It showed like where it
Yes, I
split
know
off.
they were talking about time
Yeah,
travel,
yeah.
not multiverse.
That's what kind
Time
of
travel causes multiverse. That's the point. Like they're
That's
they're
the
one and the
Flash.
same.
The Flash caused the whole thing.
It's butterfly effect. You like, holy fuck, man! Have you ever seen a time travel movie? Like,
Yes.
all right,
But anyway,
you're worrying me.
so I think and you're right, Andy. Maybe for you this would have been the perfect time to do it, right? I think for Marvel and all of the directors and producers and everything, they're thinking, okay, we're just after Endgame. We have to still pay homage to that movie and come out, happy, right? So I don't think they wanted to just go full multiverse in this Spider-Man movie.
Well, think of it this way. Now they can keep all these actors if they want to come back and do like other films because they could say, "What if?" Then they can start doing "What if" comics like Marvel did.
Right.
Like, what if Thanos' snap never got undone?
Right.
Like, how would that feature? Like, you'd have Black Widow would still be alive.
And
So
they
would a
also
bunch of people.
And they also talked about the blip, where like when they disappeared and came back, they were different. So they obviously went to a different universe.
Exactly.
Because like remember he said he grew
No, because
the blip goatee. Like, he
no,
actually,
who was the one that they asked?
the Asian
Like,
kid
what did you
that-
see? And you said nothing.
Right, but the Asian kid like came back like completely different.
He didn't get blipped. He stayed. That's why he was
No,
different.
he blipped.
Oh,
No, he
everybody blipped. The whole class blipped, Andy.
Yeah, he blipped.
No, they said some people blipped. He didn't.
No,
like
they
there was
said-
some in
No.
the class said. So that's why he is
No, they-
5
No,
years
the
older
Asian-
than the rest of them.
They said he left a little kid and came back different. They said that in the movie.
He's talking about Brad, the Asian kid.
Yeah, the Asian, the other
The
romantic
basketball
partner.
star.
Yes.
Yeah, they said he left.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Ned.
No,
No, Brad
Brad.
did not blip.
Yeah, Brad
blip.
did not blip. That's right.
No.
But they
Brad-
said,
no.
they said
No,
he
they
came
did.
back different. They said
No.
that in the movie.
No.
Look
Brad
it up.
didn't
I
blip.
swear to God,
Brad did not blip.
I
Brad
really
used to
took
be the little
fucking lie.
kid from the first movie who was like, Brad blipped. Brad
That's
did
why
not
he's
blip.
so much bigger and older than them
Right.
because
So
He was like a
they're 5
freshman.
years
They
older.
comment on that he came back different.
No,
He was like a freshman.
they could have said
and
some people came back different, not him, because he didn't blip.
had to redo midterms.
Yeah, they talked about the whole thing where they all had to come back and start the whole school year over.
So people that were freshmen were now like seniors, or like had just graduated. So yeah, Brad came was like, hey, I was a freshman, now I'm a senior. I'm 6 feet tall now.
That's my other thing. Still hate this Flash. And
Oh,
then
man,
they
I
made
can't stand this Flash.
How Flash should be.
This isn't even like an intimidating Flash. This is like Flash is a goddamn joke. If I can't see Flash as like a veteran and a war hero and the Agent Venom and like badass Flash, then I can't see like
Buy him
I
as
can't.
what he is now. Like, no, not
What's
at
the
all.
point? What's the point of this Flash? You're going to give me Agent Venom eventually because you're going to run out of shit to steal.
They're trying to get that sympathy for him, talking about how his parents don't give a shit about him, and he's actually like. I was just no. It's not Flash, and it's not MJ. It's not MJ based on who it is playing it. It is not MJ based on the actual personality of this character.
I like Zendaya. I liked her in The Greatest Showman. She was fantastic. I think she's actually a good MJ. However, I don't think the way they're writing MJ is how I like this.
Just call her Mary Jane. I don't get why you're like in Homecoming. You're like, her name's Michelle. My friends call me MJ. That was one of the last lines they drop. It caused a big uproar. Kevin Feige comes out and he was like, that's not MJ. It's not Mary Jane. Don't worry. She's not Mary Jane. Yeah, we get it. She's not Mary Jane. And then this movie, it's like, she's MJ. She's MJ. That's Peter's love interest. We're going to spend 75% of the movie of him trying to get up to the Eiffel Tower to give her something. Like, oh my God.
Is she still going to be like, I don't know, are they going to go with like club owner Mary Jane now? Or are they going to go with like, I'm a model, or are they going to go like, I'm a musical actress, a stage performer? Or which MJ are they going to use now? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like Zendaya got a lot of chances to really grow this character in this film.
It's not her fault at all. Not her fault.
I feel like they're just putting it in the wrong direction.
So when you say it's not MJ, like, what do you expect MJ to be?
The character of Mary Jane Watson.
Right. Well, what is that to you?
She's
like
like
standoffish. Like this MJ is like standoffish and not like
this other one was
comic
like
book MJ
the
is
popular girl, the party girl,
Yeah.
the
So
flirt, the tease, the
way
face it tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
Right. So like the way I see it, and this is just me, right, is this MJ is much younger than the comic MJ. That's how I see it.
But Kirsten Dunst played this role. I don't know. I don't really like Kirsten Dunst's.
Yeah.
But I don't like her performance, but I like the way it was written. Does that make any sense?
If you're going to give him a love interest in high school, why was it just not Gwen Stacy?
I mean, that would have been comic accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have done that.
And then part of me
it.
held out hope, like, oh, that's because there's rumors that because there is this multiverse, we're actually going to get a peek of the other Earth Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen. Cool. Nope, didn't get that either. No.
Wasn't there also a rumor of a deleted scene where you see Old Stark Tower and it has Oscorp on the side now being built, and
so
it's
that
like
was supposedly the mid credit. So halfway through the credits, that was the scene, and the rumor now is that Disney was a little mad that it got leaked very early, because it got leaked very early that they changed the mid credit scene.
Yeah, they do that.
Who the fuck leaked that? Like that, you'd have to be pretty. Like Kevin Feige leaked that shit.
Just to piss off Disney, like
he maybe a little bit to Disney, but mostly to be like asshole fans. Like,
well, it was supposed to show us what it was like going to replace with.
The Avengers building was purchased by Norman Osborn.
So Oscorp,
on the building.
And it was supposed to like zoom in through like the fucking penthouse like office window.
Yeah.
And it was to be like Norman Osborn pouring himself a drink, and like walks in the Vulture, walks in their version of Scorpion. Mysterio wasn't going to be dead.
Yeah, Dimitri, which is the chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sinister Six. They were going to do a Sinister.
Was like,
the rumor
well, why
was
do
that.
you guys want the Sinister Six when multiple villains have never worked in a movie? And I said multiple heroes never worked in a movie until the Avengers. So if somebody could do it villain-wise, it is Marvel. It is Disney. They could do it.
How would you do? How would you do that? Would it be a Spider-Man alone movie versus?
No, it would be the Sinister Six movie, and Spider-Man's the villain. He shows up like every once in a while to fuck up and thwart their plans. So it's like a heist film, and Spider-Man's the cop.
But you want that now when he's still just that young? Like
No, I'm saying I didn't want the very next movie to be Sinister Six.
I want them to lead up to it, though.
Introduce them, gradually build this up.
Aren't they doing a Morbius movie?
Sony is. MCU's
and
not touching that.
The Hunter,
Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get those villain movies first before we get?
Oh, and the other multiverse
Probably.
thing was rumored that with bringing this multiverse in,
Yeah.
Eddie Brock from Venom, Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
was going to get to be pulled in because hey,
It's Sony, right?
you're in another. Earth.
I think they will do that. I think they will have Tom Hardy's Venom come into this.
Dude, what if he like comes to like the Earth 616 and he's like been like taken away from everything he loved and nobody there knows who he is?
Well, that was so. What
And
I
he
was
goes angry and become a crazy, insane
he
villain.
becomes
Blame
psychotic-
Spider-Man for
psychotic Venom.
Shannon and I were talking, and it was like, yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Like him getting pulled into this 616 Earth is what separates him from the symbiote, and the symbiote gets on Peter. Now you get the black suit. You get the story of like Eddie's like, fuck him. He has my symbiote. That's mine. I'm going to get it back.
Oh, because he's also going to die of cancer, right? If,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, because
Like
he
if he
has-
doesn't have that symbiote on him.
So yeah, he's going to need it. He's going to
man.
need it to get it back, or he's going to die.
Yeah, because Venom loves.
And that's why I was
Spider-Man.
like, I just had these I had high hopes and high expectations. So when I saw the film, and I keep telling everyone, it's not a bad movie. It's not. It just could have been so much more.
I do like the mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
Crazy
I did like
spoilers. First of all, that was kind of cool that we got like a GoPro view of what it's like to actually be Spider-Man swinging through the
Yeah.
city.
Absolutely.
That was pretty awesome.
And they paid homage to the game with the selfie.
Oh yeah, they did. When he's like,
the mid swing selfie.
Yeah.
They pay homage to the Spider-Man game. It was intentional. So good for them.
And the way J. Jonah comes
Oh,
in.
that was so good.
And it's pretty much
J.K. Simmons.
Like,
yeah.
perfect.
Oh, it's perfect.
that was perfect. And when he comes in, it's pretty much him as a podcast / blog instead of a newspaper, and you hear him throughout the city because he's and that reminded me of the video game.
Yeah, it's a video game, and like they actually reveal his identity. Like,
Dude.
holy fuck.
A movie once again ended on what the and
Yeah.
cut to credits.
Yeah. I like that. The one thing that did make me sad about this movie is this is the first movie without Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
I was trying
no,
to tiptoe around that.
no cameo. Like that
So
was
I-
rough for me.
So you're gonna make me feel these feels on like while being recorded.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
All right, cool.
If I have
Dick.
to feel it, everyone has to feel it.
That's not cool, man. Yeah, there was absolutely no Stan Lee cameo,
Yeah.
no allusion to Stan Lee.
And they
It
did
was-
give, like, in the intro, they gave, like, an homage to Stan Lee. But, like, man,
Yeah, after the movie ended too, it said it was dedicated to Stanley and Steve Ditko.
yeah, like, that's rough, man.
I just
'Cause
wanted to
you're so
see him,
used
you
to-
know.
You're so used to seeing the cameos, like, of him in every Marvel movie.
Do you think Stan might have told him that like once I'm like gone, please don't make any more, or do you think they're like just not going to out of respect?
I think
Do
it's
you think
just
it was the-
respect. They're not gonna digitally insert him into a film. At this
But what
point.
if you were like, I don't know, like so like take for example Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Yeah.
She's super happy about the way that they've like portrayed her mother
Yeah.
in the upcoming Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm happy that my daughter will be able to like see her grandmother in a movie, and like that's kind of cool too. So I mean, like some people feel kind of differently about it. Grand Moff Tarkin was an awesome CG rebuilding.
I think there's a difference between characters that we know and love from a series compared to a cameo kind of thing, maybe a
Of
little
a
bit.
real person.
Yeah, like
He's a watcher, man. He's part of the Marvel universe at this
I
point.
think you might always find little hints of him, like a little Easter egg maybe somewhere in the movies. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind that.
yeah,
I feel like
I
we
don't
should
think they
never
need CG.
ever forget Stan Lee. So you should do some kind of allusion or mention or cameo.
Well, I didn't mention this one. It was for Stan Lee and Ditka. Or
I mean, but that's like an after. That's
Ditka,
Ditka.
the
Bears.
The Bears.
the spider.
It's
The
but it's
vulture.
like an after credits like lettering. It's not a
Yeah.
it's a title. It's not a in film. You know, it's
Right.
not like him saying, "Hey, make love, not war, guys," or you just having a cool conversation with some watchers on a
Right.
planet, or are you Tony Stank? Like,
Well, don't hand me things.
we should never ever not have this. And if technology can keep Stanley alive, then I support it. If the
Oh, I
family,
mean, I would love
as
to
long as
see
the family's cool with it.
Right. I would still love to see him I just don't. It's still going to be sad because I know it's not going to be really him. You know.
It's true, but I mean, I don't know. It doesn't even have to be him saying anything. You just have him like just sitting there drinking a cup of coffee in like a restaurant scene or something like that. You don't even have to have him like. You just come up and wink. You know, like just don't ever let us like. I want my great grandkids to know who Stan Lee was.
Kind of like the Captain Marvel, which she just kind of looks at him, smiles, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, he brought like, I'd say like 80% of like the titles
he created all of these.
Spider-Man is like one of his greatest creations too, and
Fantastic Four. Didn't he create Fantastic Four?
Yeah, he made everything.
His wife told him to found Fantastic Four in the trash and said, "No, you need to do this." And
yeah, he said he was done doing like westerns and stuff. So she said, "Go do what you want to do. Do one that you want."
Fantastic Four.
Bam.
Nailed it.
So the whole world knows that Peter Parker.
Yeah, so the whole world now knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Is Spider-Man.
Which is how are they going to play off that next? It's kind of.
Well, I was hoping for Tim to be here because I was going to be like, so are they going to introduce Mephisto? And Peter's going to have to do some kind of.
Oh my God! Peter's gonna make a deal with if they do.
No. What is it called? Brand new day, one new day, one more day.
Brand new day, one more day.
One of these damn days.
Don't kill my Aunt May.
So are they going to take Aunt May away so he can get his identity be secret again?
And then because this is going to totally ruin MJ's life.
Maybe they'll take away.
She won't know that he's Spidey anymore.
No, I mean, like, think about it. Him being outed makes everyone know that she's now Spider-Man's girlfriend. The whole world just found out. Because the school knows that she's dating Peter Parker.
Right.
So, you know who else knows? Wilson Fisk probably knows now.
Yeah.
Like, some really fucked up people know that now.
Kingpin, Scorpion.
Aunt May's going to be in danger now. Like, Oscorp's coming for him probably because they want, like, hey, I want your spider powers. Dude, like, his life is over. The next Spider-Man's going to be, like, on the run, like Escape from New York. So my God. That's the greatest fucking Spider-Man in, like, an Escape from New York, like, Warriors. Like, Spider-Man has to get out of New York City before everyone kills him.
Yeah.
Everyone's just out to kill Spider-Man. J.K. Simmons just keeps showing up on a Jumbotron, like, get him. Get Spider-Man. I knew he was bad.
So, in this iteration of Spider-Man, we never saw his origin, right? We didn't see the bite.
So Tom Holland's origin has never been shown.
Right.
He's merely spoken about it in context.
We know that in the comics, Silk got bit by the same spider.
Well, was it the exact same spider? Oh, it was. It was the exact
before
same
it fell to
spider.
its death. It bit her as well.
So you think we're going to get Silk?
So are we going to get Silk at some point?
No. They'll stick with Spider-Gwen.
Sony's talked about doing a Silk movie. So
Get the hell
she won't
out.
be in the MCU.
Okay.
But Sony might do one.
But then you're going to have, Silk and Venom in the same universe.
The less spider people that Sony has their hands on, the better. Right. When is there... How does Marvel... Dude, Disney owns Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But notice before Far From Home, you got the Torch woman, the Sony logo.
Yeah.
Because Sony still owns the rights for Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how have they not gotten the rights back?
They're just lending it to Marvel. So Marvel went to Sony and said, look, we want Spider-Man. We need him in our films. Either work with us or we'll just buy it. And Sony goes, we're going to work with you because we want that money too. Then they went to Fox and they're like, work with us or we're going to buy you. And Fox was like, we ain't working with you. Now look what happened. You ain't got no more mutants. You ain't got no more Fantastic Four.
Marvel's like,
we have all the money. Buy it.
We have Disney money.
So Sony was smart, and they're like, cool, throw our logo in the front before the movie, give us a chunk of the change that you make at the box office. And Marvel said, cool.
That's why my PlayStation has Spider-Man font.
Right.
Yep. It's like, we will control it, we'll create it, we'll do all that, and we'll keep you in the loop. But yeah, we'll just throw you some money when the movies come out.
I mean, it's fucking smart business. They're gonna make. They got to do like barely anything, except lend them a character. Yeah. They collect a check. Marvel does all the work,
and Marvel lets them play in the sandbox of all the other Spider-Verse type people like Venom, and
Into the Spider-Verse is so fucking good.
Movie.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse is really good.
If Sony has learned and is going to adopt the techniques and the storytelling and the characters that they've put into the Spider-Verse, then they have a fucking massive franchise on their hand. You can make your own Avengers verse out of just Spider-Man and all of the other Spider people from the multiverse, the web of fate, if you will. That's what it's fucking called. And then you can introduce the Inheritors, and they're like multi-dimensional vampires who hunt spider people because they're delicious in their tummies.
Kind of like Dementors.
Yeah, but more Lestat in like
or what's the
Interview with the Vampire.
What's the Flash? They have those weird ghosts that follow them through the
Speed Force monsters.
It's Death, the Black Racer.
Yeah. That actually tries to catch him because they're messing with the Speed Force.
He's like skiing or something. He's always racing in a different way. Like sometimes he's on a horse or he's like in a Formula car. What's he doing? He's just chasing me and fucking shit all the time. It's the Grim Reaper.
But anyway, what would you guys suggest this movie to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, if you like Spider-Man, go see this. Dude, at the end of the movie, when Spidey's back at home, he's in New York, and he's swinging along, that was the best 5 minutes of the whole movie for me. That's all I wanted to watch, dude.
Yeah.
Just the selfies and him, like, hanging out in New York and being cool with people.
And, like,
swinging with MJ.
And she's freaking out.
Funny shit like that. And then have him go off and, like, try to become a science nerd so we can get Venom in there at some point.
We kind of got a little bit of his nerdom, too, when he walked in top of the multiverse.
Yeah, and he said never apologize for being the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah,
that's another thing, dude. Mysterio was like, that's kind of a cool thing I did like about this film, Andy. I think you might be able to accept this. Mysterio represents to Peter what Tony Stark was, like a father figure, like another like mentor that could like take him under his wing and like take off a little bit of that responsibility. Like no, you don't need to handle all that. I'll take care of that.
Right.
Like, but then he betrays him in like the worst way possible. Not only was he like actually the villain and a total dick trying to kill people to like make himself look good, but he also outed him in fucking Times Square. Like that was a part of their plan.
Twisted it too to make it look like he killed him, like killer.
And he framed him for what he fucking did.
Yeah.
Sweeney's right. Like he totally fucked his life way up. But he did.
And he's dead.
But he's dead. Maybe.
He's dead. He even asked Edith, is this real? Yeah, he did.
Maybe not.
So, I mean, you got Tony. Oh, man, lost my dad. I really wish someone would take care of me. And you got stepdad, who just beats the loving crap out of him. Literally beat the shit out of him.
And another thing I did like, because we finally get the actual Spidey sense. He actually uses it.
Peter Tingle?
The Peter Tingle.
Your Peter Tingle.
He actually, in the hallway with all the illusions, he actually feels the drones and can like get his way through. I thought it was really cool. Finally use it. We've never had a Spider-Man use it. It's always been like, oh, your hair stands up in your arm.
I mean, but it's kind of interesting, like how he actually put to use when fighting the drones. It was awesome. He just
closed his eyes and just went.
He just was like, go ahead. I'm just gonna let you take over, Spider Sense. It was bad. It was like Jedi shit.
Yeah, it was like Equilibrium shit.
It was awesome, and it was pretty cool. That was an amazing fight, Andy. And the special effects in it were amazing too.
It did. It looked good.
Yeah,
it was a pretty movie.
It was.
You say that so fucking like dryly, like it was pretty.
It was a pretty movie.
It had nothing else going on for it.
Peter Tingle was funny. The first 4 times that they said in the movie.
They said it like 5 times.
Like
yeah,
6.
and they're all funny. So fuck you.
They were all funny. It was Happy saying it and Aunt May saying it. The only two people said it.
Is it your Peter Tingle? You dodge bullets, but not bananas.
And we got him on the jet. I thought that was
Peter Tingling. I think taking bananas to the face.
I thought that was a great like scene where you see him on the plane building the suit. It was like a paying homage to Tony and the music and everything. They play Back in Black. Like I thought it was really cool. But he said I love that Led Zeppelin, which is funny. But you didn't like that?
Not really.
Why?
Because I want Peter to make his suit, not Stark's suit.
He didn't make his suit. He just used the technology he had. Who else has the technology to make it? He can't.
This is
build
the
it
first
himself.
suit that Peter's actually made for himself. He just used the tools they were given to
Right.
him. This is
What are you
Peter's suit.
complaining
The red and black. That's his suit.
Little look like a superior Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, he had all the options.
So close.
So close. Put the legs on it too. Oh,
If I get a superior Spider-Man film, I don't even want a trilogy, guys. I'm not greedy. Just give me one superior.
Right.
You can break it down to super brass tacks, like just the meat of episodes 1 through 5 and 29 and 30. Call it a day. You did it. Nailed it. That's my movie for superior Spider-Man. But who plays the new Doc Ock? You have to have a Doc Ock before you have a superior
Right, we
Spider-Man.
haven't even introduced Doc Ock yet.
I know. Who do we want? Who is
that's
our
the crazy
current?
part. We now have
Who would be a good
Vulture, Mysterio, Chameleon,
Shocker,
Shocker,
Scorpion,
Scorpion.
Rhino?
We haven't seen a
We
Rhino
haven't
yet.
seen Rhino yet. You're
No,
thinking of the
one-
video game.
The one film with the what's his face?
No, we're talking just the MCU.
The one film with what's his face. I've seen that one.
That's all confirmed already in the MCU.
Okay.
So, yeah, where's our
We
Otto
need-
Octavius?
We need Doc Ock. We need Will Fisk,
Wilson Fisk. You need Osborn.
Osborn. You need Craven the Hunter.
But see, a lot of this Sony is not giving up because they are trying to make their own little sandbox to play into.
Fucking do it already. Stop. You introduced Spider-Man 2099 at the end of fucking Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So you told me you have a plan here. You understand what fans want to see. You told me that you get me. Somebody in that fucking company understands me. And I want more movies from that person.
Fan.
But who? I'm still stuck on your question. Who would play a good Doc Ock?
At this point in time,
I think you bring in a nobody.
And nobody.
hey, no, the guy who plays Hopper on Stranger Things.
Oh, what is his? No.
He just failed. He just failed at Hellboy.
Harbour?
He was Hellboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he failed at his Hellboy was shit. Apparently,
I didn't see it.
Nobody saw it. Apparently, it's a bomb. It's a box office bomb. But maybe David Harbour could be a better Doc Ock. Maybe
I don't
maybe.
think so.
No, he doesn't scream.
What about
geeky
Steve Carell?
scientist.
But you put meat on his bones. You fattened up Steve Carell, the guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I know who Steve Carell is.
That guy.
Like some show called The Office.
Right.
How about you? No, you can't do Paul Rudd. He's Ant-Man.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell? What the fuck, Andy? Oh, John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
God, you guys are awful at picking people.
I know, right? It's
Yeah,
terrible.
don't ask us for casting.
Yeah, man, this is a bad one. I don't know a lot of actors that could pull this
I
off.
think
The
the
Rock.
only
He
fan
can do
casting
anything.
that ever happened was Patrick Stewart.
Ryan
as
Reynolds.
Xavier.
No, I would not put Ryan Reynolds in a doctor.
No, I
Doc
mean he was
Octopus.
fan casted for Deadpool. People
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
him to be Deadpool, and he even made a fan film for it.
Well, he was already Deadpool before that, just not the Deadpool.
Oh shit!
God, not X. Whatever.
What about the guy who played George Costanza on Seinfeld? Do you think he'd be a good Doc Ock?
He's so short.
Yeah, so's Doc Ock.
God. Okay,
This is a hard cast, man.
I know. Let's just stop.
No, you have to have a Doc Ock though, or maybe they'll stick with Olivia Octavius.
Olivia Octopus. Good job. a little
Shut
on the
up.
nose there.
Olivia
Shut up.
Octopussy.
Is not a Bond villain?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
8 pussies.
What? What is going on? We are a children's show.
8
I
of them
apologize.
chasing the muff
You two
around.
demonetize me.
But yeah, I think the consensus is some people expected more from this Spider-Man movie after Endgame, and did get it. But it's still a good movie for what it is.
And he's sitting there fuck you,
If you-
fuck you.
if you
You're
took-
cool.
The start of the movie until the credits started rolling and just throw it out. Done. It changes absolutely nothing in the MCU. The only
it's a
catalyst
Spider-Man film, not an MCU.
It is an MCU movie.
But it's not an Avengers movie.
Every film does that. It's not like an Avengers.
They've
or
all
Endgame.
kind of
no, they
kind
haven't.
of tied into each other.
How does Iron Man 1 tie into
a little
anything else?
here, a little. What?
This is an Iron Man epilogue film.
Like, well, how does Iron Man 1 tie into anything else? It's just him building the Iron Man suit, right?
This is an Iron Man epilogue film, Andy. It is the end of a saga. It's like the hobbits come back to Hobbiton in the Shire. It's that story. It's being told in this movie.
It's
of course it's fucking boring. It's the worst part of Lord of the Rings. It's like, and then Frodo got on a white ship, and then Sam went back and had a bunch of kids, and then then he became the mayor or some shit of Little People Land.
It's like the Dark Knight. Once he had the Joker strung up, you could have just stopped it. Nobody wants to watch the Two-Face part.
I did.
You're not wrong. No, I'm with Andy. Two-Face. Like, I love Aaron Eckhart too, man. Thank you for Smoking is a beast film, but I don't know. I don't hate his. It's not his Two-Face. I don't like. It's the way they like. I don't know. Showed him up for 15 minutes and then killed him.
Yeah.
Why are we killing all of our best fucking villains and I can never use them again? Are you trying to like, oh, now it matters? Like, no, it doesn't fucking matter. You're just written yourself into a box of making shittier movies. You're welcome.
I think a lot of times they kill off villains because they're not sure if they're going to get to the next movie.
I would have bought that with the 89 Keaton film. I don't buy that now. Every movie is made with at least a trilogy in mind.
Well, in the MCU, I think they might, yes. But I don't think outside of that, no.
I don't think them going, hey, this Far From Home might be our last hurrah, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's just kill them off.
I don't think MCU thinks that. I think they killed off Mysterio because anybody could be Mysterio in this universe. Because it's just an illusion. Anybody can do it.
I won't accept that.
I know, but like
he's dead.
You're right.
Oh,
or he's not dead.
Another thing. This is
or
the
he's not
most
dead.
nitpickiest of nitpicking. So when you read a comic book and you see a alien, demon, mystical, like something, they always draw their chat bubbles like little jaggedy, little like, so you know their voice is completely different. And here comes the illusion of Mysterio. Looks badass. Looks exactly like how Mysterio in a movie should look. And he sounds like fucking Jake Gyllenhaal. Hey, Spidey!
I actually contest this. In my theater, I heard like a hollow bubble like echo to his voice.
He had the bowl on his.
I heard it in my theater. You had some shitty fucking
something
speakers.
A little more like menacing and a little like theatrical.
You wanted more Vader.
Yes, like a little something to it.
Well, that's why he wore the bowl on his head.
Hey, Spider-Man, it's me, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I wanted Man in a Fishbowl. Like, hey, you guys, Gotham, take back your city.
It's not gonna be fucking Bane.
Yes, deception. These are tools against the uninitiated, but we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce?
And plus, I also did really like when he was fighting the final illusion, and he breaks inside of the illusion, and he's jumping from like web. He's like jumping from like drone to drone to drone, and he uses the electric web. Like it's just all the he like brings out all the tools in this movie.
That was pretty awesome way to actually use electric web too.
Right.
Like that was like he's finally like come to his own. Like training wheels don't need him no more.
Right.
I got
He's actually
this.
like he gets all the like benefits.
He decided that he didn't need that guardian figure. He didn't need.
Right. He finally.
And that's what he was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he realized. Now, cool. Go back to New York. You're the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and that's where his stories work the best.
And I think that's what's going to happen now. I think this would like Phil just said. This is like an end of an era. They had to like cut it off because you had this abrupt ending with Tony dying. They had to like fade it out.
But what's the next fucking movie for Spider-Man? Is he
I
on
told
the
you,
run
Home
from the
Alone.
cops? No. No. He's gonna be like what? He's for real. Look, come on now. He's gonna be like on the run from the cops, right?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. It's gonna be, probably. He's gonna be like
He's technically a vigilante. There's a warrant out for his arrest. J.K. Simmons just said he's the fucking villain, and Mysterio died a hero.
Right.
Like the cops are looking for Spider-Man.
they're gonna bring in Venom.
Oh, so it's Homecoming, Far From Home, Never Seen Home Again,
Further from home.
Homeless. Oh, Spider-Man homeless. Ah! That movie writes itself.
I think they're gonna bring in. I think they're gonna bring in Venom.
Spider-Man Homeboy.
They're gonna bring in the symbiote, and he's gonna
not
go like,
happening.
all emo and dance on the street.
Maybe Spider-Man runs across the country to hang out in San Francisco to get away from New York for a while, since he's homeless.
Right?
And then he runs into this guy named Eddie Brock.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And Andy, the symbiote touches him, and he gains all of his spider powers.
He's like the symbiote's like, ooh, I love him. I want to be him.
He's like, I recognize that guy. That's fucking Peter Parker. If I take down that asshole Peter Parker, I'll be a hero.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man versus Venom, and Venom's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, but then everyone sees what a fucking monster Venom is, and Spider-Man saves the day. You're welcome, Sony.
We did it.
You're
for
welcome.
You. And see.
Scene. Nailed it. If this doesn't happen, it's shit. It's shite.
They're not gonna do that. I hate to burst your bubble.
Yeah, Venom 2. They're working with Venom and Carnage.
Yeah, we already get Woody Harrelson as Carnage, which apparently people complained about us spoiling that, but it was in the movie. Whatever.
Is that already filmed?
People complained we spoiled it.
Yeah, they got mad that we told them about Carnage being Woody Harrelson.
Who got mad?
Our followers.
Well, one, fucking listen. If you are a avid listener, you know when we come on and talk about movies, we talk about the entire fucking movie.
We say the spoiler. We even say spoiler alert. We say it.
Spoiler.
It's on there. We had to have said it for Venom. I know we did.
People.
I'm gonna
Why would you bring that up?
Rosebud is a sled.
Rosebud is. Oh man.
Bruce Willis is dead.
They've been on Earth.
He was.
They've been on Earth.
Bruce Willis was a
the whole time.
ghost.
Damn you, dirty apes!
It's not like our shit comes out 5 minutes after the film. We know our editing schedule, listeners. Thank you. We're quite aware.
We're recording in the movie theater, giving a play-by-play.
You've had plenty of time to see these movies. Please.
And Mysterio is fake.
Man. No, technically he wasn't. He was spot on Mysterio.
Oh, he was. The illusions, everything was perfect.
I think it's amazing his real suit is a fucking mocap suit.
Right.
That's genius.
like motion capture, drones everywhere. Let's do it.
They're like, Jake, he's like, so I'm gonna look really badass, right? I'm gonna have like a thing, like a helmet on, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, sure. And no, in this scene, he's like wearing like a black and gray diamond leotard.
He has a
and
bowl on his head
with a bunch of webcams around him. It's so like, oh, creepy.
It's perfect though for what Mysterio is, because Mysterio really is technology illusion. Like that's comic Mysterio. Just happens that Tony built the technology.
I feel like they've provided themselves a lot of really strong pieces here. I'm concerned with how they're being utilized. Is that a fair criticism, do you think, Andy?
What?
Like, I feel like they've got a lot of amazing things going here, but they're not really using them to their fullest.
Exactly.
Like, Tom Holland's the best thing to happen to Spider-Man in a long time.
He is the best Spider-Man on film.
And
he's better than Toby.
I just don't know what they're gonna do because, like, and they have Scorpion and Shocker and Vulture and all these villains.
Vulture was great. Spider-Man is great. MJ is not MJ. Ned is. I don't dislike Ned, but he's not Ned. Flash is not Flash.
Flash is definitely not Flash.
So, where they
Flash
hit a
like
home run on so many other characters, it is a complete whiff on some others. And sadly, MJ is a huge character.
Could that just be for you though? Like, I mean, other people might like this version.
I like
People who
Zendaya.
don't read the comics might like it.
Right. And they don't care about the comics.
Oh man! I mean, then why are you doing it? Then why are you fucking doing it?
Movie,
Like,
but I don't care about comics.
No, like some people don't care about the comics and still see these movies. Like that's
to me, that's
the
weird.
reality. Like that's
I know.
So they're not. It's
foreign
going
to
to
me.
completely, adhere to what the comic people want. They're going to try to make it.
But I'm just saying, you're creating a movie based off of already established source material, and when you go so far from the source, at some point you're going to get the what?
Yeah, from some people, from the majority of people that don't read comics, they're just going to know. They're just going to like the character. They don't really have the background behind it. I mean, I'm just trying to say, like, MCU maybe won't always be directly like verbatim from the comic, but they're going to find a way to make it appeasing to the populace.
But haven't you ever gone down like a rabbit hole? I'm just saying, like you go and like you like something, you're like, oh man, I heard this really awesome song. It was called Another Brick in the Wall. Like, oh neat, what's happened? Oh, Pink Floyd. Oh man, like 15,000 albums of like badassery.
Right.
Like you've gone down a rabbit hole. You now are obsessed with Pink Floyd.
Right.
It's the same thing with Marvel, man. You go to like all these fucking Marvel movies. You spend like, I mean, some people have like 3 or 4 kids and their friends. And they all go to the movies. That's like a $300 afternoon right there. Movies ain't cheap no more. So these people are making millions of dollars, like billions in some cases.
Yeah.
It's just it's worth it, man.
Where was that going?
Where was that going?
I'm just waiting for the delivery.
Where was that going? Because you just stopped.
You're like, people go out and do stuff. They go to the movies.
That was it.
Go Spider-Man.
You start with the rabbit hole, and then you went into your own rabbit hole.
I'm just saying, like, you get obsessed with things. Like, so if you're like going to see these Marvel movies every fucking year with like spending $300 on it, taking all your kids and their friends, aren't you going to be like, I'm a little curious about like where this shit comes from?
Maybe, yes.
You're going to go read a comic book. You're going to start like going down that rabbit hole. Then you pick up indie comics.
The movies are no doubt a indicator that has helped the comic books blow up. Comic books are hot again. Hot. And it is because of the movies. But now you got both of them feeding off of each other, because they actually create the comics now to look like the movie character. Wonder Woman completely changed, looks exactly wearing the same outfit that they made for the movies in the comics now.
That's one.
That's awesome. Shazam was amazing.
Shazam also.
I have not seen Shazam. I need to see Shazam.
It was good. It was good.
Shazam! Oh, it didn't work.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, because you were so upset about this dude.
I was. And it still looks hokey.
But it's Shazam.
But it was a good
should
movie.
Look hokey. He is hokey. It's a kid's version of a hero.
I think they nailed Shazam, dude. Gross, but phrasing, boom. But no, like that was that. They hit that nail on the head. So we got Aquaman, we've got Shazam, we've got Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, can DC like fix this?
Now.
We're almost getting. You just gotta get Batman and Superman right.
Joker's fucked, dude. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right here, man. Please heed my words. This is Phil. The Joker is going to fail, big time. Fans are going to be pissed.
The Joker.
Oh yeah.
So this is one where I am actually glad they are not going off any source material. So he's come out because this is an Elseworlds movie. They've stated from the very beginning, this is not in the DCU. It's not. It's an Elseworlds story. So he said, we didn't use any source material because they want to tell their story of what would it take to take a man to turn into the Joker.
Okay.
So it's their
So it's like
telling
it's like a telling of what drives a man to be that psychotic.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's their
I mean,
story.
I'm gonna go see the Joker, and I have no expectations. Like I had no expectations for Justice League, and I was still disappointed. But like, I will see it and think, okay, whatever comes out of this, if it's good storyline, if it's good acting, cool. Kind of like when I went to see Suicide Squad, I thought maybe it'll be fun. Like, it'll be a fun movie. It wasn't. But
first half was good.
although dancing,
And then you go hula hoop dancing for trash heap brother that you don't even give a backstory to. So the first half really good because they focused on here's who this is, this is who they are. They went through all this focus, and then you get to the villain. And every great superhero movie has to have a great villain.
yeah, why was Enchantress the villain? I don't really understand.
What movie are you guys talking about?
Comic book movies and funny books.
What movie are you talking about?
Suicide Squad.
Oh God, I blacked it out of my memory.
Although I did what was Captain Boomerang, like they didn't really play on him too much.
Jai Courtney.
Like Deadshot, they got right. I thought.
Did they now?
I think so.
I think if it's not Idris Elba, it's wrong.
Well, maybe there's Will Smith, so it's still okay.
Well, he will be in the next Suicide Squad.
Have you seen the trailer for Will Smith's Gemini Man?
No.
You guys have gone to see. You guys haven't seen that trailer at all? I've seen it like 15 times, and every time I go to a movie, it's all I see is Will Smith.
I think I did
Gemini
see it.
Man.
I don't remember it.
It's like Will Smith is going to play like some kind of superhuman assassin. Like think like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
and there's a clone of him who's younger and better, who's chasing him to
I have
assassinate
seen
him.
that trailer.
So you have seen Gemini Man.
Yes.
Thank you. So yeah,
So
that's like Will
Fresh Prince
Smith's
of
movies
Bel-Air
now.
chasing current Will Smith.
Exactly. And he's always talking like this. You made a person out of another person. You don't feel nothing about that? That's my young CG Will Smith impression.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I've been working on that.
Proud of you.
All right, so yeah, Far From Home.
We've gotten far from that
All right.
conversation.
I'm really proud of us. Hey, we went the whole episode without accidentally calling it Homecoming.
We did. I'm proud of us.
Good job, guys.
Thanks, good job, Andy. I think it was gonna be you that was gonna do it.
You thought it would be me?
No, it would have been me.
No.
I think.
I mean,
Do
you
we
called-
think they're going to
you did-
continue
you
this
did
this
call the
home?
Mandarin
I call him
Mandalorian.
Mandarin the Mandalorian. I mean, that's what I do.
That was good.
I have funny slip-ups.
Do you think that we're going to continue the home theme for Spider-Man
I'm telling
subtitles?
you, they're gonna do Home Alone.
It's homeless, dude. It's homeless.
Yeah, I think they're gonna find another way to bring in home.
Spider-Man, no more home.
No
Spider-Man.
more home. No home.
No home.
No home to go to.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, that's going to be depressing. This is going to be a sad movie, man.
Spider-Man,
This is
they
going to
blew
be
up my house.
Aunt May's gonna die.
You think?
Yeah,
Aunt
Somebody's
May's dead
gonna die.
and
Somebody's
MJ's
gonna
in a
die
coma?
from knowing.
yeah. It's gonna be Aunt May. Has to be. Who else is gonna die?
Now make Happy all sad.
They can kill MJ and give you Gwen Stacy and reverse it.
Maybe you could kill MJ and have Wednesday.
That's what I was thinking. They would kill this MJ, and then he meets Mary Jane Watson. He's like, another MJ.
Man. Wow.
Wow. No,
Golly gee, you guys.
this isn't the Far Side comic.
Yeah, dude. it's Family Circus. I actually liked it when he put the glasses on. It's like, oh, it's nerdy Peter
It
Parker.
was. Yeah, I like the glasses a little, and like it's like the little Tony.
Yeah, man. He's like baby Tony.
Yeah,
He almost killed the fucking person on his school trip.
that was great. Called a drone strike. on somebody.
Don't kill Brad. Abort. Oh. Well, yeah, Spider-Man is all right. I don't know.
But
could have had.
here's the thing: like we're all like you don't like it, right? We're all talking about it and we're all laughing about it. Like it's obviously a good, fun film.
I'd definitely go see it. If you're any kind of Spider-Man fan, you need to see this movie. It's a perfect no, but it's definitely worth price of admission. As long as you don't have 20 kids, I would like maybe one, maybe two.
Nothing sent me into more of a nerd rage than seeing somebody. Shit, who was it? Fuck, I wish I would call you out right now, and you're probably going to know because this is how asinine it was. They actually said this is the second best MCU movie, only behind Winter Soldier. What?
Who said that?
What?
Who did say
Turn
that?
in your nerd card now. Now.
Who said that?
I'm going to look it up because I was pissed.
Look it up.
I was
You
like,
look it up right now,
how
sir.
dare you?
If
Guardians
anyone
of the
can-
Galaxy has something to say to you, sir.
Right.
Oof.
Boo this
If any-
man. Boo him.
If any of our listeners are enjoying our show, we want to hear what you'd order your MC Universe films, like best to worst. Like number one,
Iron Man 1.
A lot of people are going to say Endgame. I'm probably sure it's going to be fucking
I liked
Endgame by
Infinity
launch.
War better than Endgame. But to me, they're one movie. There should have
They
just
are.
been
They-
an intermission. Just
Yeah,
watch
let's
it
make
all.
that a rule then for picking these. If you choose Endgame, you automatically choose Infinity War.
You're
They're-
choosing the Infinities.
It's the
It's
entire
one film.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, acceptable. All right, cool. Yeah, and then it's like all the other Avengers films and all the solo movies,
Yeah.
including like Doctor Strange and shit. Yeah, so give us your top 10,
Wait,
top
is it
5,
Doctor
whatever you
Strange
want.
While I am intoxicated on something,
You can Doctor Strange however you enjoy Doctor Strange, my friend.
because it's number one.
Super number one. Yeah, so yeah, tell us what you want on Instagram or on Facebook. You guys should totally smash that like button, and I think we're going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway upcoming here, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
So stay tuned to our social media, and we'll be announcing a giveaway contest soon and how you can be a part of it.
It's
What's
super
the-
exciting.
Super exciting. Videos taken. You can see where Sweeney lives. He needs a housekeeper.
I do. Come over, clean my floor.
Come on over, maid.
All right, you turn in your nerd card. You're fired.
Fired! Terrible.
Thanks again for
trash.
Wait,
Terrible.
Was that like a Trump?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Here comes
trash.
the shitmobile.
Garbage. Ultra
Thank you very much for tuning into the Hateful Geeks. I'm one of your many hosts, Phil,
This is Sweeney.
And I'm Andy.
and enjoy your future Spider-Man films.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
What we do last time, it was a Spider-Man doing whatever a spider can.
Can he swing from web? Yes.
Probably, yeah, because he's Spider-Man.
I almost sang the X-Men theme song.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!